I found his secret number at 11:47 p.m. Brenda texted, "She's still there." Mark was asleep beside me, so I answered for him. I didn't find out my husband was cheating because he confessed. I found out because of a hotel charge from Indianapolis that didn't make sense. Mark had told me he was driving there for a sales conference and coming home the same night, but when I checked our credit card statement at our kitchen table in St. Louis, there it was. One hotel, one night, one lie waiting for me to notice. When I asked him about it, he didn't even look scared. He said a client's card had declined, so he covered the room and would be reimbursed. It sounded too smooth, but I wanted to believe him because I didn't want to be that wife. 2 nights later, I opened his old tablet and his messages were still synced. That was where I saw Brenda Hill's name. Brenda was a manager from his work circle. According to Mark, she was just another contact. But the messages were not business. "I miss you. She has no idea. You make me feel alive again." I felt like my entire marriage had tilted sideways. When I confronted him, Mark cried at the kitchen table. He said it was stupid, physical, meaningless, and already over. He blocked Brenda in front of me, gave me passwords, and begged for another chance. Against every smarter part of myself, I stayed. We started seeing Diane Lewis, a marriage coach. For 4 months, Mark performed remorse perfectly. He came home early, left his phone face up, walked the dogs with me, and said all the right things. Then one Friday night, he fell asleep on the couch after dinner. His phone lit up with an unknown number. The preview said, "She's still there." My body went cold. I opened the thread and found Brenda again. He had blocked her old number, then kept talking to her from a new one. He told her marriage coaching was for appearances. He said I was fragile. He said he couldn't leave me too fast because I would fall apart. Then I saw the message that made something inside me go quiet. Brenda wrote, "She must be so pathetic if she's still trying after everything." Mark replied, "She doesn't know how to let go." I didn't wake him. I didn't scream. The next day, I messaged Brenda myself and told her I knew. At first, we were cruel to each other. She said he told her our marriage was basically dead. I told her dead marriages don't usually include shared groceries, dogs, and marriage coaching. Then the anger shifted into something uglier. She started showing me the version of myself Mark had invented. Cold, unstable, controlling, pathetic. A few days later, Brenda asked to meet. I told Mark I was going out with Laura from work, then drove to a wine bar across St. Louis. Brenda wasn't glamorous or evil-looking. She was just a tired woman who had believed the same liar I did. We talked for hours. She apologized. Not enough, but honestly. Then she touched my hand and I didn't move away. I went back to her apartment. Yes, that happened. It wasn't romantic. It was grief, rage, wine, and revenge. I wanted Mark to know what it felt like to have his secret life stop belonging to him. 2 days later, while Mark and I were eating dinner, Brenda texted him, "Your wife knows everything. Ask her where she was Friday night." He looked at me like I was disgusting. I said, "I let her choose me. Now we're divorcing." He tells people I cheated. I tell them he built the fire first. I'm not proud, but I'm not cleanly sorry either. So was I wrong for what I did, or did Mark lose the right to judge the ugliness he created?